Hey everybody, it's Teepa. Good morning. Well, I'm back in North Carolina after a trip to the DC area, and it was a pretty busy and long weekend. Amanda and I drove up Friday night after leaving work. It was about 5.5 hours, or at least 5 hours on the way up. We got up there late and we went up to, now I have to pick it up. Let me see. I have to look at the name of the place because it's not easy to say. It's the Maritime Conference Center in Linthicum, Maryland. And we were there for the Exposed Dementia Conference. And I was a keynote speaker, but we had some other amazing people there as well. And they had a comedy show, an art exhibit, film festival, music, art, dance sessions, and then expert panels. So what was really wonderful is this is a remarkable group of people that put this together. African American effort to try to open the door, open the windows. Let's talk about this thing that's affecting a parent, a spouse, a sibling, a friend. Let's talk about it because it's not going to go away and we have to figure it out. And it's been so secret. We need to quit this secrecy. So I was there for Saturday morning. I had a great time with my session. And then we had a group of 4 individuals living with different dementias who participated. They're part of an organization called YES, and it's Young Onset Dementias. And so they had 2 facilitators with them and a whole bunch of support team members and family. And they talked about their issues, their life, what's happening. And then we opened it up for questions, and I helped support the question asking and ask hard questions, and we got great answers. And this group was really remarkable for being willing to share information. And then they put together the organizations, the Alzheimer's organization, the Lewy body organization, and FTD to talk about the different organizations and what kind of resources they might provide in the different dementias, which was cool. They had tracks for care partners and caregivers. They did a playlet, which is how Chuck Brown, otherwise known as Nathaniel Brown, has done a documentary, but he's also written this play. He just did a playlet to kick us off, and it was really well done. And it was great to be with people who sing in the choir. So they also had Reiki, which was nice for caregivers and care partners to get to take part with. And it was just an amazing group of human beings. I got a chance to work with someone who had been creating Lego fidgets because her mom, when she was able to use Lego fidgets, didn't need medication to drive. They could go places. Mom could be in the car doing her Lego fidgets, and she could go somewhere without having to receive medications, because otherwise in the car she would become acutely anxious, very distressed. So she now does that, shares that, makes that available. I'll share a little bit more about her with a little picture in a vid, like a thing to share with you so you can see what it is. If you're curious, she has a whole website. She's pretty cool. We also had a person who kicked us off with movement, another one that was really a remarkable woman. Lots of opportunities to figure out how to do breathing and movement to keep yourself well as a caregiver partner, learning to do both. So that was our Saturday. And then we went from there over to Rockville, Maryland, because on Sunday we did programs with the group we're working with, Charles E. Smith Life Center. And it is a huge community. Founded by a Jewish man who really was committed to community. And they've built this entire amazing complex. And they have a lot of people that are living with dementia. And they really wanted to improve how they support and care for folks. For the last 6 months, we've been working on a preliminary group, getting them tuned up. You can tell I'm at the airport. Ronald Reagan. Yep, it's me. I'm at the airport again, heading home, but I won't leave till late this evening. So we'll have to wait a second till they're finished. All right, so we did 2 talks to introduce what we've been working with staff on 4 pilot units to the community, to families, to people who live within the community, so that they have a better sense of what's happening and why. And there was a lot of excitement. Now, the bad news is we didn't have as many people come out as we had wanted, but it starts to spread a little at a time. As I say, one mind at a time. What was wonderful about the sessions is because they were relatively small, family members and people who lived there raised their hand and said, here's what happens for me. Have you got something that might be helpful? And sure enough, we came up with things that might be helpful. It's called consulting. We call it curbside. But it gave us an opportunity to introduce the idea of hand under hand skill. It allowed us to do reflection. We acted on short cycles. We talked about language shifts, and for everyone who was there was like, oh, because what we really want to do in collaboration with this group is create a dementia competent community. It's not required, it's desired, and they desire it. So we're excited. So the team is staying for a day of additional work. I'm heading back home because I have responsibilities at Snow Approach Foundation. We have our brain cafe on Monday afternoon. And we have some pack things going on. But we had somebody come in, I'm heading out, and the team is going to continue on without me being there. Now, one of the questions that came up is my mom is trying to tell me about things, and now I understand why she was having so much trouble. She couldn't come up with nouns, but she would talk, and I was having a hard time understanding. And then I said to her, "Hey, mom, tell you what did, tell me, what did you say? Say it again." And my mom worked really hard at trying to get the info out. So what ended up happening is mom swore at her. And the daughter was really surprised. She said, I needed help because I didn't know what to do. And I said, so your mom worked really, really hard. She dug deep to try to come up with words. She couldn't find the nouns. She was working super hard. And you said, do it again. And she said, absolutely that. So what she was doing is called circumlocution, talking around the word because she couldn't get to the word, but she knew what she wanted to tell you. So here's what you're going to try, maybe. So when she says, I wanted to go to I was going to the where he oh, hey mom, so you went to the pause. And I said, like, are you talking about doctors? Yes, the doctor. And and he wanted it was the one that does your and so I said, so was it the one that does your eyes or the one that does your ears? The eyes. And so the daughter went, oh, so you use some visual cues, but you pause and you say, so you get back some of the words she gave you. And I was like, yeah, you got it. She goes, oh, I didn't realize oh, that makes sense. And we had someone else who was like, so I usually feed my mom, but then she just closes her mouth. And so we practice a little hand on hand. She says, wow, this could be interesting. I'm willing to give it a try. And I was like, give it a try. The other part though is she has like a long-term history of wanting to stay thin. So, part of this could be something else. And it was like, oh yeah, it could. So we're sort of problem solving. What's cool is that's pretty much what we're doing with staff too, helping them to be better problem solvers, building them into teams, working on their skills with coaching and consulting and training so that they form a stronger unit and can address things as they come up. For you out there, you may be feeling sort of alone. You may have things that come up and you're not sure what to do. Well, ask. Send in a question, info@teepasnow.com. Just ask your question and it'll get to me. And if we have a way to address it or try to address it, we'll do it. Why? Because we try to really help whenever we can. And this time with Teepa, it's a great time to try things out. All right, everybody. Our goal, help you become a better care partner. Help you learn the art of shifting and changing. Help them support when you're having brain changes that are really hard. Trying to figure out what's my role in this. Saying, I need a pause. I'm getting overwhelmed. It's like, heard. So if you think we can be helpful, please ask. Till next time, take care of yourselves. Take care with your care. Be safe.